Yeah. Bridget, Victor, Monica Daka. Why are you scared to come back home? No, I'm not scared to come back home. I am not scared to come back home. Don't be under illusions. I'm not scared to come back home. Lubusha 5,000 and the others defect to UPND in Chipangari. Area shiri the coffee. Area shiri the coffee. Area shiri the coffee. This election is already won by the UPND. It's already won. Nango wasaba ile bapango tuma alliance twa mtukopo. Yeah. The party. How are you doing, sir? Black Boom. Yeah, I'm holding on, my man. I'm holding on, Black Boom. I'm holding on. I'm holding on. I'm holding on. This world is not my home. I'm just a passing by. Kukosa mcharo ya likava muntu wandi ya likava kukosa ya kukosa mkatina konsi kukosa. Nancy Musesa, Gifty Sinkambe, not Sinkamba but Sinkambe. Mwenda Sumbwa Nyambe. Good evening. Gigo Stevens. Before Mr. President say anything, Vambi ati leave the Ichitumbi. Muzambia. Muzambia nam. Tetreke kuchitumbi bana. Tetreke kuchitumbi. Yahweh. No, we cannot let go of the body. It will be irresponsible of us to do that. It will be irresponsible of us to let go of this issue. That is what you have to know. I know some people have been coming up to say, hey, why can't the government just let go? Why can't the government just let go and let them do whatever they want? This is not a situation of let them do whatever they want. Edgar Lungu was a former head of state. Edgar Lungu is a state property, whether you like it or not. And we will not go by your ignorance. If you don't understand the issues, yes, you look at it simplistic like that. Those of you who do not understand statecraft, you will look at this matter simplistically and say, let the government just stay away. But that is a simplistic view which does not sit well with statecraft. People go to war over small issues relating to the nation. People go to war over small issues relating to a country. Statecraft te yako angalilako. Meaning, to maintain the state, you need to maintain the state. The state has to be respected. All those instruments, symbols for that matter, ought to be respected and ought to be preserved by those in power. You cannot have a state when you are neglecting some of those instruments and symbols. That is what makes the state. That is what makes a state. That flag. What is a flag? A flag is just a paper. It's just a cloth or whatever. It's nothing in itself. A flag of a country is nothing in itself. It's nothing. It is just a combination of colors, painted either on a paper, on a cloth, whatever. But it is nothing. But it is a symbol of a state. I remember here in the last, I think they were celebrating Madeka Day. They were celebrating their day. And somebody put up a flag, you know, because they display flags, just like what we do in our country as well, where, you know, during independence, you know, you put flags all over the country, you know, you decorate. Here, somebody put a flag upside down, upside down. The guy was in court. He was in court. He was in court. I didn't follow up what judgment you to the judgment. I didn't follow it up. But I read it that the guy has been arrested and he was in court for putting the flag upside down. Putting a flag upside down. Panganda pamuako, because they put flags everywhere. You know, I know it was a shop action. He put a flag, but he put it upside down. The guy was arrested. A flag, putting it upside down. A person is arrested, taken to court. Symbolism of statecraft. You don't mess around with that. You don't mess around with that. All the instruments of the state ought to be preserved. And leadership is part of statecraft. Leadership, past, present, future, is part of statecraft. Is part of statecraft. These opposition that you see, you know, trying to be dignified, even when they are doing on an event, the salutations are ordered in the right manner. Who is supposed to be recognized, at which point is supposed to be recognized, that is part of statecraft. And you don't just mess around with that. You don't just mess around with that. But you want to take it simplistic and say, no, let the family just do whatever they want. I'm sorry to tell you, ni ignorance on statecraft. Ni ignorance. And if you see some of these politicians who are in opposition, who are saying, let them, whatever, you just see that they are not fit to be part of government. Because you can't just come and say, no. You can't. You would be responsible. You would be responsible. I can tell you, I am very sure President Hakainde Hichilema, personally, he would have a very different view on this matter. I am very sure. Personally, he would have a very different view on everything. But he is a president. He's a president not of himself. He's a president for a country. He ought to preserve that statecraft. He ought to preserve that statecraft. So there is no way we can let go of Chitumbi just like that, a former head of state. No ways. Family. No. Kuchipishe chalo ifyo. Mulechipishe chalo. You are trivializing our country. You are taking things for granted. People go to war just to go and retrieve a relic. There are countries where they are fighting over something that you are like, but come on, why are you fighting over this? Look at the Thailand-Cambodia war. They are fighting over temples there, temples. And you'll be like, I mean, what the heck? It's just a building. Let go of it. But no. Statecraft. So don't trivialize this matter and just say, no, let the family do what they want. No. So that is the number one point. The number 2 point, which has been very critical. This issue has been shrouded in politics. This issue is now a political issue. It's now a political issue. It's about power now. This issue is about power, and this is where things have become very difficult. It's about power. It's about power. It's about using the body of Edgar Lungu to retain power, to host President Hakainde Hichilema. It is about power. It is about power. So you can't just let it go. You can't just let it go. The moment you let it go, let's face it, we are doing politics here. We are doing politics. The moment you let it go, all these charlatans who start jumping around, hey, we have won, hey, whatever, hey, we have beaten them, hey, yeah, we have beaten them, we have beaten them. Eh? Some of these small men, they are to my little thing, we will go up, we will erect, we have won, over this issue. Over this issue. And you can't allow that. You can't allow that. You can't. They are doing politics. They are doing politics. So let's do the politics. Let's do the politics. Eh? You can't. Let's do the politics. Let's do the politics. Let's do the politics to whatever extent it will go. Let's do the politics. They are busy every day, coming up with lies. Every day, lies. They don't want, I've been telling you, they don't want to bury, because let the family do whatever they want. No, what they want is power. What they want is power. They don't want to bury. Don't misconstrue things. It is not burial of Edgar Lungu they want. It is power they want using the body of Edgar Lungu. It is power they want. It is not to bury Edgar Lungu. The people who want to bury Edgar Lungu, it's the government and the people like myself, stakeholders like me. We are the ones that want to bury Edgar Lungu. They don't want to bury Edgar Lungu. They want power using Edgar Lungu. Because what you are saying to say, let them just do whatever they want. What they want is to keep the body in South Africa and keep talking about it, use it as a political campaign message, and once they win, then they bring the body. That's what they will be saying. They will turn around, these very people, they will start saying, you see, this government of Hakainde Hichilema, they have neglected the body of Edgar Lungu. Edgar Lungu is in South Africa. Edgar Lungu has to be brought here. That is the messaging that they will have. They already started, remember. What I'm saying here is not something new. They already started. They were talking about it. People are making pledges, campaign promises. If I'm elected, Edgar Lungu will come into Zambia. Edgar Lungu will be buried in Zambia. So these people don't want to bury Edgar Lungu outside Zambia. And Edgar Lungu didn't want to be buried in Zambia. So they want to turn this as a campaign messaging. If I win, then I will bring the body of Edgar Lungu in Zambia. That is a story of many opposition, including Malukula himself. Malukula wants to be a hero that will bring Edgar Lungu in Zambia to be buried. So you can't. Hakainde Hichilema, I mean, he would be naive to let go of such a situation. No, you can't. You can't. Because it is about politics. It is about politics. Many of you, you are being manipulated. You are being manipulated, using emotions, using beliefs, culture, using superstition. That's how you are being manipulated. They are bringing in emotions. The widow, the family. Avo, Vaisoko. The church. Religion. But if imiti, witchcraft, suspicion. They are manipulating you using this. But the facts on the ground are just what they are. What are the facts on the ground? The facts on the ground is that at the moment, I've been saying this over and over. At the moment, the case Iawa Edgar Lungu, which Malukula, the family, and whoever is backing them in South Africa, because in South Africa there are opposition who are backing them up, and at this point in time, I mean, I just have to say it as it is. Jacob Zuma is the one that is behind, pushing these people. That's why you see Jacob Zuma's lawyer, defending them. Yeah? They are working with the opposition in South Africa. They are working with the opposition in South Africa. It is all about, it's a scheme. It's not about Edgar Lungu, no. The opposition in South Africa, nabona wakata agenda yawo. They have their own agenda. So they are busy cheating you. They say this, but the reality is very straightforward. And what is the reality? The reality, number one, is that the guy that died, Edgar Lungu, is a former head of state. And as such, Edgar Lungu belongs to Zambia. Edgar Lungu should be buried in Zambia. You can say whatever you want. You can look at it from whatever. Edgar Lungu is a former head of state, is a Zambian, and he should be buried in Zambia. This is a fact, number one. Number two, Edgar Lungu. Edgar Lungu should be accorded a state funeral. He should be accorded a state funeral. Edgar Lungu was a former commander-in-chief. He should be accorded a state funeral. Then, this matter now is in court. And the Zambian government, all they want is to accord Edgar Lungu what he deserves. To be buried, first of all, as a Zambian, to be buried as a former head of state, to be buried as a former commander-in-chief. That's all the Zambian government want. Don't be cheated. The Zambian government is not interested in anything other than that. The Zambian government, and I'm saying the Zambian government, not even Hakainde Hichilema, because like I've told you, you would be shocked if you had an opportunity to speak to Hakainde Hichilema on a personal level. You might be shocked what he might say. I probably think he might have a different view, personally. But this is about preserving the state, the symbolism of our state, because that is what makes really the state. It's about symbolism. The speaker's mercy, the instrument of power. This is what makes the state. The former head of state, the president, this is what makes a state. Hakainde Hichilema is just a human being like anybody else. Hakainde Hichilema is just a human being like anybody else. There is nothing special about President Hakainde Hichilema in his person. There is nothing. He's just a human being. He's got a body like me, like you, like anybody else. Nothing. But the moment he ascends to that office, becomes president, everything changes. Everything changes. When he's moving, the sirens are going. People are being moved and whatever. He is the president. What has changed? What has changed? That is statecraft. So even when he leaves office, he's a former head of state. So that goes with it. So that is what the government is preserving. Nothing else. Nothing else. Now, talking about what is in court, what is the status right now? And I want you to follow me very well, because these people are again lying about the documents that the Zambian government filed. First of all, like I've told you, the case had collapsed in the Supreme Court. The case has collapsed. Even as we are talking, there is no case in the Supreme Court. There is no case in the Supreme Court. I keep saying that there is no case in the Supreme Court. Because some of you were saying, hey, but if the case has collapsed, how come the same court gave an injunction? No, it is not the same court. It is not the same court that gave an injunction. It is not the same court that gave an injunction. And listen good. Some of you are confusing yourselves, or you are being confused by these propagandists. It is not the same court. The case in the Supreme Court has collapsed. And how did it collapse? It collapsed because Makebi Zulu and the so-called family, they failed to follow or to abide by the directives of the court. They failed to push in heads of arguments, the grounds for their appeal. They failed to argue their case. They failed to file in to say this is why we are appealing. They failed. They didn't do it. Their last day was 30th March. That was their last day, 30th March. They didn't do it. So the case has collapsed as it were. It had collapsed, and all we were supposed to do by now, we were supposed to have buried. Because when the case collapsed, it meant that the judgment from the High Court, which gave the Zambian government authority over the body to repatriate the body and bury in Zambia, had kicked in because the case had collapsed. And when the case collapsed, these people now, they were looking for a way to keep the body in South Africa, to stop the Zambian government from executing the judgment. When the body was taken from Two Mountain, whatever, when it was taken from the custody of the mortuary that was keeping it, it was taken so that the Zambian government can bring it to Zambia. But some people had made allegations that Edgar Lungu did not die of natural causes. And since he did not die of natural causes, it brought in the police. The police started investigating the death of Edgar Lungu. An inquest was initiated. Right now, as we are talking, there is an inquest, which is basically, a magistrate sitting and people coming to give evidence on what they know about the death of somebody. So the death of Edgar Lungu has become a subject of investigation in South Africa. And this is where the South African government comes in through their investigation wings. The Zambian government, on the other hand, they want to implement the order of the judgment, which was gotten in the High Court. So, unfortunately, they couldn't move because of the Supreme Court case which was going on. The police could not access the body because of the injunction, since the matter was still in the Supreme Court. The Zambian government could not repatriate the body because the case was still in the Supreme Court. But when Malukula, when Makebi Zulu and the family failed to argue their case in the Supreme Court and the case collapsed, it meant that the South African government were free to access the body and conduct their forensic autopsy. Because when you are talking about somebody having died, the first thing that the police do is to check, is to confirm that indeed this person died, out of unnatural circumstances or causes, or no, he just died naturally. Then the investigation is stopped. The first thing is to establish, even in a road traffic accident, where somebody is hit by a vehicle, the police do not just take it to say, yeah, we saw him being hit by a vehicle. There are video footages here. Look, here is a person, he was hit by a vehicle and he died instantly. Even in that instance, the police don't just conduct an investigation, don't just make a case without conducting a postmortem. The moment somebody does not die of natural causes, which is established by the doctors, the police comes in to investigate. And by the way, even if a doctor has written a death certificate to say this person died of malaria, and somebody comes in to allege that this person did not die of natural causes, a postmortem will be done. And so the South African government wanted to do a postmortem. And this is how they quickly took the body in their custody. It didn't go in the custody of South Africa or Zambian government. No. It went in the custody of the South African government. It is the South African government that conducted a postmortem because of you people that were alleging that Edgar Lungu could have died of unnatural causes. It is you. Then the Zambian government were just waiting. You finish. When you finish, then we can repatriate the body for burial. Unfortunately, before that could happen, an injunction was sought from the High Court, not the Supreme Court, because there is no case in the Supreme Court. The only thing that is there, it is an application by Makebi Zulu or the family to say, please reinstate our case. Reactivate our case because the case has collapsed. Can you reactivate it? And the Supreme Court would have to make a ruling on that at a later stage. But they went to the High Court. Now, when they went to the High Court, they went to the High Court in the absence of the lawyers of government. Malukula, Makebi Zulu, they went to the High Court and sought for an injunction to stop, to get back the body, not in the Supreme Court, but in the High Court, to another judge. And before that judge, they lied. Vari vepa kuri uyu judge vaireko umbi tavaire mu Supreme Court umwali mirandu pandu mu Supreme Court imirandu shalipwa shalikaninkana mu Supreme Court pantu ulupwa lwa balungu balifirwa ukutwala ama grounds yawo nangu fipope nangu bulondoloshi bwabo icho bayirire ku Supreme Court balifirwa. So baile kuri judge umbi nokuyaye ba judge umbi ko bati ba judge honorable not honorable what is it, my lord, these people want to take the body to Zambia. They have taken the body from us. They have taken the body from us. We want it back. And the judge asked them, why do you want the body back? And they said, because we have got a case in the Supreme Court. That's what they said. Because we have got a case in the Supreme Court. Here are the papers. There is a case that is in the Supreme Court. That is what they did. They lied. They didn't tell the judge that the case has collapsed. Instead, they used the old documents that they had and they showed the judge to say, no, this body should not be taken. It is in the Supreme Court. Meanwhile, the case in the Supreme Court has collapsed. So the judge, based on that, is the one that signed to say, no, they shouldn't do that. They can't do that. The lawyers for the government were not there. The lawyers for the South African government were not there. The lawyers for the mortuary where the body was, they were not there. It is only Malukula and his lawyers that went to a judge and told the judge a lie. They lied, Kuri judge. They lied. They said they want to take the body, and yet we have a case in the Supreme Court. Here are the papers. Based on that, the lawyer or the judge signed an ex parte injunction. That is what they mean by ex parte. Ex parte means urgent matter only on one side. Only one side, without the other party. Without the other party. Ex parte simply means an urgent matter which is brought before a judge without the other side. An urgent matter where, something has to be stopped. Otherwise, they would suffer. Otherwise, the person who has come will be affected negatively. Ex parte means weka. Waya kuli judge walondolola. You go to a judge, you explain, and based on the evidence that you give the judge will give you an injunction. That is what ex parte means. Now, the judge does not just end up by signing that order. What the judge does, the judge sets up another day. He tells you, go take these papers to the other people. Let them not do what they want to do. Let them not do what they want to do. But let them respond to your allegations, because the court hears from both sides. Let them explain. Let them explain. What you have told me, okay, I understand. But here are the papers, take to them. Let them not do what they want to do, but let them explain why they want to do what they want to do. So, meaning, after Mapela ex parte injunction, you take it to the other party. And that other party has a right to respond now. They have a right to respond to what you have said. And they will make their case. They will say, well, we wanted to sell his house because he's owing us. Or we wanted to sell the house or to get the house because it is our house. They will make their case. They will respond. And this is what the Zambian government has done in this instance. Malukula and whatever the family, they made an ex parte and they took the documents to the Zambian government, the South African government, and the funeral parlor. Now, all these parties who were put in that indictment, in that injunction, they have responded. So the Zambian government has only responded. It is not true to say the Zambian court now, the Zambian government has gone to court to say they want the body now. Because they are making it like it is a separate case. Like the Zambian government just filed in these documents, just claiming the body. No, the Zambian government is simply responding to what Makebi Zulu said. They are only responding. And you see, before that, they created a lie to say the Zambian government is not interested in the body. I don't know where they got that. Because some of you were excited. No, they have said that now they don't want the body. Now they don't want the body. But they created this lie. They created this lie. They were saying, now that they have gotten body parts, they were alleging that body parts were removed from Edgar Lungu and they dumped the body. They are not interested in the body. That is the narrative that they wanted to run. Playing on your emotions, playing on your beliefs in these things of witchcraft. And when the government responded to the ex-party, they said, now they want the body. No, first of all, the Zambian government has never said they are not interested in the body. It is not true. It is not true. The Zambian government has never at any point said they are not interested in the body. Never. The Zambian government has been consistent. They want to give Edgar Lungu a befitting send-off as a former head of state. And because he's also a Zambian. I've been telling you that it is also not just about him as a former head of state. He's also a Zambian. This is why I've been telling you that even myself, who is not a former president, if I were to die here, the Zambian government will do everything in their powers to bring me back to Zambia. Especially when you're talking about statecraft. I am a politician. Statecraft is very important, Mwewantu. Statecraft is very important. I'm a politician. And as a politician, as part of statecraft, there is no way they are just going to neglect me. There is no way. Statecraft, you are powerful. How many people are refugees? How many people are refugees? Even here where I am, how many? There are many. But me, by the very fact that I am a politician, president of a small little party that you can dismiss as much as you want. But based on that, here I've been recognized. What? Based on that, statecraft, here I have been respected with security. You don't know, when I just arrived, na motoka na requested driver. Na panonde, you see me driving around here. Statecraft. That is how important it is. I'm just a human being, no different from many other refugees, But because I am in the line of the state, wherever I go, I'm respected. So if me, as Chirufatea, who has never been in government, who doesn't have a big political party, if I can be recognized as such, what about somebody who actually ascended into the highest office of the land? Don't simplify some of these things. They are very important. Me, my little me, you insult me every day here on social media. You call me Mushanina boy. But here, I'm respected. When I'm moving around, they say, he's a president of a political party in Zambia. They know he's a president of a political party in Zambia. And it's not that they don't know that my political party, Nina Sharaneka party, they know. But just by that fact that I am a legal president of a political party, I'm respected. Now, if me, I'm respected, what about Edgar Lungu, who was the former head of state, who was a president? Imagine that. Imagine that. So the government cannot let go of this. Muila, don't confuse yourself. Don't take it kwa tifyapa lupwa. No, tifyapa lupwa fi. Nangwi intamsha. This is above there. Fyapa murif. Fyapa muru. So the government has never at any point said they are not interested in the body. Never. But these people, they created the narrative to say they have let go of the body because they have taken body parts. Now, the Zambian government has responded to the ex-party. And now they are saying, now the Zambian government wants the body. They are writing as if it is a fresh case. No, it is not a fresh case. The Zambian government is simply responding to an ex-party, to what the Makebi Zulu and whoever said before this judge. And they are responding to this particular judge, not the Supreme Court. Not the Supreme Court. They are responding to this particular judge, this new judge, who was given falsehood to say they have taken the body, and yet we have a court case in the Supreme Court. And the Zambian government have responded to that. The Zambian government have responded to that. The South African government have responded to that. The funeral parlor, the two whatever mountain, they have also responded. Remember, it is not only the Zambian government that was in that injunction. There is a minister of Home Affairs, minister of Internal Affairs. Then there is the police. Then there is a police commissioner. Then there is the funeral parlor. Because now, why did you release the body? Why did you release the body? So all these people, they have responded. And it is interesting to look at what they have said in their response. It is interesting to look at what they have said. In all their responses, they are showing that they are tired with this issue. Starting with the two mountain, the mortuary. The mortuary, they are saying, we don't want this body. We don't want. The mortuary, they are saying, we don't want this body. They say, we don't want this body. Take it somewhere else. We don't want it. And they are saying, according to us, this case was over. It lapsed. Since the Supreme Court, now we are done with this matter. We are done. We don't want it. We don't want anything to do with this. And they are blaming the family to say, why did they fail to prosecute the case in the Supreme Court? Why did they? They are not serious. That's what the mortuary is saying. The funeral parlor, that's what they are saying. They say, these people are not serious. These people are not serious. How can they fail to argue their case in the Supreme Court? We are not interested. If we to Asambamo, that is what they have said. That is what they have said. South African government is also saying, we are tired with this matter. Of course, the South African government cannot just come up and say, we are tired with Malukula and the family. They can't say. They keep saying, we are tired with this matter. Why can't these people compromise? Why can't these people compromise? But why can't these people compromise? They know who is stiff-necked. They know. They know whose hand is refusing to twist. They know. They know it's the family. The family is being adamant. They know the family has been giving them a hard time. They know the family embarrassed them when they put up a guard of honor so that Edgar Lungu can be repatriated. Soldiers were there waiting to salute him. And the family did not bring the body. How do you think the South African government felt about that? And this case is being fought in their land. They want to move on. So they are saying, why can these people compromise? Why can these people compromise? But they know it is the family. And the Zambian government, they have also responded. The Zambian government have responded to say, we didn't just get the body. We followed the order which came from the High Court. Because the case in the Supreme Court had collapsed. And now there is actually new messages that has come in where the family wants to get the body out of South Africa. They want to get the body out of South Africa. This is intelligent information that has come to the government whereby they want to move the body out of South Africa, because they are saying that no, where we were keeping the body, they have refused to take it. So we have nowhere to take it. So we want to take it to another country. This is new information that they want to remove. They want to move the body out of South Africa into another country. I don't know which country where they want to take it. But they want to do all that because they don't want to bury. They don't want to bury. And they know that the South African case is coming to a close. It's coming to a close. So they don't want to lose this matter. This matter is coming to a close very soon. So tomorrow, what is happening tomorrow? What is happening tomorrow now is that now both parties, or all the parties, not both parties, all the parties will be before a judge tomorrow. Tomorrow they will be before a judge in the High Court, and they will be arguing their case. They will be arguing their case. The family will be arguing to say, no, you are not supposed to get the body. You are not supposed to get the body. You are not supposed to do the post-mortem. The government, the Zambian government will be explaining their side. The South African government will be explaining their side. The mortuary will be explaining their side. The police will be explaining their side. This is what is happening tomorrow. Not all the fictitious stories that you are hearing from these people. No, the body, no, shani, no, witchcraft here. What? No. What I'm giving you here, I'm giving you facts as they are. It was an ex parte, meaning they applied for this, they applied that the body comes back to them without the other parties. And the other parties have responded. And tomorrow, they will now be arguing. They will be explaining before a judge. And the judge will make a decision. What are the possible outcomes of this? The possible outcomes is that, because now the body is in the hands of the family, the court might uphold that to say, okay, let the body stay with you. Or they might say, let the body go to the Zambian government tomorrow. It will be in the High Court. Meanwhile, the Supreme Court application is pending. It has not yet been determined. Even that one, parties will have to argue again, even there. Because Makebi Zulu has asked to say, can you reactivate my case? The way court processes work, even the government has to respond. They will also respond. Probably they will be saying, no, these people are careless. These people are not serious. Let's move on. I'm sure the government, that's what they will be saying. So the Supreme Court is another matter. The High Court is another matter, whereby Makebi Zulu went there and said, these people have taken the body, and yet we have a court case in the Supreme Court. And the Zambian government only responded, not shani. It is as simple as that. I think I will allow phone calls right now, so that if there are questions you want to ask me, I can deal with that. I just wanted to clarify that, because people were lying, were making it look like, government has changed the position, just like what they were saying about Kabesha. Hey, Kabesha has changed the statement. He said we have the body. Now they are saying, no, we didn't have the body. Which is which? No. Bakabesha never at any point did he say that the Zambian government has the body. Bakabesha, in his statement, the first statement, he clearly stated that the body went to the South African government mortuary. Not that it went to the Zambian government and they kept the body, no. And the next statement, they said, we never had physical custody of the body. And that was true. Hello?
Yes, evening.
Good evening.
Since the autopsy was done, and so have you had any information about the results of the autopsy, the cause of the death?
No, actually, the South African government, they are saying they have not concluded in their affidavit. They are saying they have not concluded because when they were doing all this, the injunction came up, so they had to stop. Makebi Zulu, you know, when they were doing that postmortem, Makebi Zulu went there with the people to stop them. Hey, stop what you are doing, stop what you are doing. There is a court injunction. So it was not concluded, and they have said this in their affidavit. You will be hearing of it tomorrow. So even if, let's say, the judge tomorrow says the Zambian government can get the body, the Zambian government can also not get the body because they have to conclude their investigation. So there are no results on that yet because they have not concluded.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the well, then wait for tomorrow because we
wait for tomorrow. We wait for tomorrow. Let's wait for tomorrow. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Thank you. Vatayari mwabombe.
Mwabombe.
Thank you. Mwatukanyo kumiposha nomba. Guposo insitagura ndadevu. Thank you so very much. Mwalondo, I like when you are trying to explain and the way you labor the points. But even out of whatever you explain, sometimes you are also misleading.
Okay.
This is where the point is. Yes. You say the mortuary, of course, the two mountains refused to take in the body, true. And of course the family had to find an option, and possibly from what we are hearing or what is circulating, because we are not there for us to say we can confirm, but I think this is coming from the family spokesperson, is that the body is in the hands of a government facility. They took to a government facility. Whatever station, whatever more that we'll talk about, I think it's a story for another day. Now look here. You know where the good thing is you have always indicated your intentions. That's a very good thing about
listen. Yeah. Listen, wait a minute. You came out, I think, when you are saying I'm misleading, you need to be very logical and you go straight to the point to say, this is what you are saying. This is not the position.
Okay.
The position is this.
This is what I want to say.
So what is the position? And first of all, let me tell you, let me say this. Please don't mislead people to say the body is in the custody of a government. No, it is not. It is in the custody of the family.
No one has said.
No, wait a minute.
One has said that.
Wait a minute.
No,
by implication. So what I want to state here is that where the body is, we don't know. What we know is that the body has been given to the family. It is in the custody of the family. Where they have taken it, we don't know. But it is in the custody of the family. That is the point.
Thank you. So what I'm saying myself, going a step further.
Where am I misleading?
Let me come there. Come on, let me come there.
Where am I misleading?
This is what I want to say now. Can I talk to you, sir?
Yes, where? Go. Where am I misleading? Tell me.
Thank you. Thank you. Now the two mountains could not take in the body. They refused, right?
Yes.
From the information that we got from the spokesperson, family spokesperson, not a lawyer for the family.
Go to the point. Go to the point. Go to the point.
So you always don't want to listen to the truth. That's
I am listening. I am listening. Go to the point. Where?
Now, it means the body, according to the information, the body is in one of the government facilities. Morgue. We are not saying that the South African government is the one that's having the body. No, I'm saying it is kept in one of, like UTH, like Levi Mwanawasa, like if you like whatever you may mention, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter who brings the body to UTH. It doesn't matter what is the case involved. So that is the point I'm making here. Secondly,
no, wait. Before we go to second, wait. Just there. Where in my presentation did I mention where the body is? Where in my presentation did I even mention where the body is? Apart from saying the body is in the hands of the family. That is where I ended. I didn't say where the body is. That's it. So where is the contradiction? Where is the contradiction? Or where is the misleading?
The misleading part, right? It's the misleading part, right?
Where is the misleading part? Yes, because I didn't say the body is here.
Let me now
I said the body is with the family.
Let me come in. Let me come in now. Let me come in. Listen now. When you say all those that were cited for contravening the law by either the police or the South African government or whichever who you cited, which was the people who were cited when that ex parte injunction was given, and the people that are supposed to respond tomorrow, and they have responded like you had put it. The point I'm making is that you are saying the South African government on the other side is saying, why can't the family compromise? The South African government cannot say the way you are putting it. No. The compromise is not only lies in the family. Compromise is from both parties.
So some of these people, they want to sound like what man, but hello? Hello? Yes.
But I want to contribute to. Because we were in na vile makaiku state house na vile ile manje tunago kwa direct ya atopera mkwai.
Thank you. Hello? Hello?
Good evening.
Good evening. Yes.
Yes, Brother Tani, quickly I will move to my question. I wanted to know, you said there's an inquest. Yes. Now, during post-mortem, when there's an inquest, when you are doing post-mortem, do you require family members there? Because it's one of the arguments I've heard that has been flooding social media to say they got the body without family members, and then bakakaulo mubiri bakitashani. Those are the things that are on social media. I needed clarity on that.
Thank you very much. And just stay on the line so that because so
can I give a second question as well?
Okay, please.
Consent so that you answer you answer them all.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, the second one is the people that are peddling lies around this issue of saying they got some body parts. Is that not bordering on cyber harassment, or rather causing distress to the other party, the people that
giving false information to the public? Yeah, it's bordering.
Why is the police not acting?
Okay, so let me first start with the first question. You see, in terms of autopsy or postmortem, so to say, there are two types of postmortems. Postmortems can be done on a body in two different scenarios. The first scenario is a clinical postmortem. Now, a clinical postmortem is where basically either out of the interest of the government, they want to find out why the person has died, because there are certain deaths, you know, death are not just signed off to say dead. No. The hospital, according to public health, they need to look at, they need to analyze strange situations. Okay, how has this person died? Like from nowhere, a person, is fitting and it knocks down, and then another person fitting. The government would want to investigate what is the cause of this death, because there might be a new disease that has come. And if there is a new disease, they would want to find out how they should handle that, or if there are medicines, or if they should do whatever. It is a subject of public health investigation. Now, I'm emphasizing public health investigation. Public, meaning in the interest of the public health. Okay, in the interest of the public health. So this is one side, from the government side. But then from the family side, there is also a situation to say, we don't know how our person has died. We want to investigate. We want a postmortem done. We want a postmortem done. A family requesting that. So these are clinical autopsies. And in the first instance, if it is a public health issue, there is no way the government will do that without the family consent. The family will be part of it in a situation where it is in the interest of public health. The family will be invited. Your person has died, and we are thinking, there is something strange here. We want to do a postmortem and find out. Can you allow us? If the family don't allow, they cannot do it. The family has to agree that they are contributing to public health good. Public health good. In certain situations, they are even offered money, by the way. In certain situations, the family can even be offered some benefits. They will say, okay, but we'll buy the coffin for you, we'll do this, they will do that. Then in the situation where the family has demanded for that, the family also has to be present, because they are the ones that have demanded. So they want to be present. So this is a clinical autopsy. Now, there is another autopsy which is forensic autopsy. Forensic autopsy, this is where now there is some criminality alleged, because a person being killed, whichever way, whether by accident or whatever, it borders on criminality. It borders on criminality. And they need to establish. And in this instance, if it is alleged that a person has been killed, it becomes homicide. Okay, it becomes a criminal matter. And in a criminal matter, everyone is a suspect. Everyone is a suspect. Including the family members. And in such a situation, the police do not need the consent of the family or anybody, no, because they are investigating. Because if they are going to rely on the family, what if the family, they are part of the death of this person? Do you think they will agree? They will not agree.
No.
They will not agree. So the police cannot rely or cannot depend on or cannot seek the permission of suspects. It's not possible. It's not possible. How can the police go and seek permission from people who could be suspect themselves? So in a criminal matter where it is forensic autopsy, they don't need the permission of the family. They don't need the permission of anyone. They do it under investigations. That is what is supposed to be done. So what was done in Edgar Lungu, it was a forensic autopsy. forensic autopsy, where there is a suspicions of criminality.
I hope they are listening. These who are peddling lies are around these things.
Yeah. Then
I hope
secondly,
they are listening.
the question that you have asked about what these people are alleging, the body parts were taken and so on and so forth. You know, unfortunately, most of these people that are alleging these things are people that are out of our jurisdiction. Are people who are out of our jurisdiction. They are taking advantage of the fact that they are not in Zambia. They are in other countries. So they feel safe that they can say whatever it is. They feel that they can do whatever they want. And I must say that the government of President Hakainde Hichilema, I think, has been quite patient, because I want to tell you that
Not only
today,
patients, they've been very lenient.
yes, you are right. I can tell you that today, cybercrime has no jurisdiction. No, cybercrime has no jurisdiction. Here I'm outside Zambia. I cannot use the equipment. The equipment I'm using belongs to this country here. The equipment I'm using belongs to this country, and I'm communicating to the world. So if whatever I'm communicating is falsehood, a government or anyone can actually come in this country and cite me, can actually come and report a matter to the police, that this person is, fabricating lies, is lying, is disseminating false information. Even here in this country, there are laws of not publishing falsehood in this country. And even in Britain, even in America, there are laws that you are not supposed to publish false information. So it doesn't matter whether that false information is on a president in Zambia. It doesn't matter. For example, there was a case of Candice Owen. She's a blogger in South Africa, a very big blogger, and she was alleging that Macron's wife, Brigitte, was male. She was alleging these things, and she was alleging sitting in what? In America. The French government or Macron sued Candice in America itself, and the case was heard in America. So even these people, this is why we have some of these embassies. I don't know what these embassies do, because as the embassy in a foreign country, an embassy in another country, that is your interest. Your interest is to make sure that you protect the country. You protect the country. So if where you are, you have people that are peddling falsehood against the country, it is your interest. We have got legal attaches in these embassies. They are supposed to take up these matters and go to court and go to police to say we have this person is publishing falsehood about our country, about our president. So I just thought that your concern is very important, and I want to say that the Zambian government, it is not hopeless in this situation. It is not hopeless in this situation. There is something that they can do, because cyber crimes and cyber laws exist everywhere where there is this space. Wherever there is this space, cyber laws apply.
President Ali.
Yes.
I think there is also a need. We are going towards election. I wouldn't want to see a lot of people behind bars if the police who are going to pull up their socks, because I've seen there are not. You only said they are outside our jurisdiction. There are even people who are locally, who are here in Zambia, who are doing that.
No, that one, you have a responsibility yourselves. Yourselves as citizens, you have a responsibility, to take actions on such things. Anyway, I think I've dealt with your issues. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, Precious.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I want to contribute on where you said if you are telling lies, that some people can come and report you. But that you started telling lies long time, because even now you are still telling lies. At first, you are the one who told the nation that the board was released to the government, and even Vakavinsha told the nation that they have the body for ECL. But you are still continuing misleading the people of Zambia. So now my question is, are you not tired of telling lies? Because everything that you are telling the people right now, if the people comes to know the truth, Mr. Daddy, mark my words, people, they are going to hate you like I don't know. When you tell the people, learn to tell the truth. And that intelligence that you have, those intelligence, they are dull people and they don't like you. This is why they keep on misleading you. You come here on your platform, you tell lies, you say this and that, which is not right. And we are witnessing all the lies that you are telling the people. But I want to make this clear to you. ECL cannot touch the dust without bringing justice to the nation. We need to bring truth to the nation. You cannot bury ECL. ECL died a painful death. And you cannot continue saying, hey, this government, they should bury, We don't want them to bury ECL. If they really loved the ECL, they were not supposed to mistreat him the way they mistreated him. When he was in South Africa, this government failed to pay his bills. This government failed to recognize him as the head of the state. So now today, he was the former head of state. Yes, all of us, we agree, but he was not recognized. Even now, you saw Chera Tukuta. Chera Tukuta was busy saying, Akatumbi, Akatumbi, and you want to tell people about this useless cyber? Who was lying to the whole nation? When I come in power, I'll do this, I'll do that. Did they arrest him? So now today, the people who tell the people the truth, you want to be threatening the people? The truth is Zambia does not belong to UPND. Zambia belongs to all of us. Therefore, we are going to fight for what is right until justice prevails. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Precious. Thank you. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Yes, Dr. Nishan.
Bueno, Fio.
I have two important questions, Bakalamba.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's say these people, remember, just before they changed their mind, they had prepared that they are going to take the body back home. So if really his wishes were for him not to be buried back home, or for the not to have the beautiful funeral, from the beginning, they were not going to even prepare to bring the body back home. Then my second question is, suppose Israel had died back home, would they have flown the body out of the country? Those are my two questions, but this one has supported.
Okay, so listen. So number one, ECL never said I want to be buried outside Zambia. No. And the family, we need to be fair. The family has also never claimed that. The family has never said that ECL said that he wants to be buried outside Zambia. No. The family has never said that, and ECL never said that. So the second question is Otios. I'm remembering Otios. The second question is Otios. It's Otios, meaning I can't answer it because, to start with, there is no claim from Edgar Lungu or from the family that he wants to be buried out. The issue is they want to bury out in South Africa because they are scared that if they come to Zambia, Hakainde Ichilema will be part of the funeral. They don't want Hakainde Hichilema to be part of the funeral. That is the issue. The issue is Hakainde Hichilema. Hakainde Hichilema should not be part of the funeral. That is their bone of contention.
I fully understand. Just an additional thing on that. When someone dies, what is the next thing?
Okay, I think let's leave it there. We all know. I mean, let's not have some small chats here. Hello? Hello?
Yes, boss,
Bueno, Phil.
So, boss, first question. What do you think is the courage to tolerate people like Precious? The reason what happened to
So let me say this. I don't want us to discuss Precious. Honestly, I don't want us to discuss Precious. I think let's focus on the issues that we are discussing. Precious, whether she's right or wrong, she's entitled to her own opinion. According to her, what I'm saying here are lies. But she's listening. That is what is good. So, I mean, I think let's not discuss that. She said, those people, if they know the truth, they will come and hate you. But for her, she knows the truth, and yet she doesn't hate me. So I'm okay.
No, you know what the biggest problem is? The biggest problem is we've got people that are ignorant. That
no, I think let's
you
leave that.
presenting your issues. You present with evidence. Issues A, B, C, D. Wow. When my issues are based on assumptions, and people easily believe on assumptions.
No, Bulosh. No, Bulosh. Vavika mono Bulosh. And by the way, I want to take advantage of you to make this point. Somebody. That's a good one. And I rest the commission am right too. When I run the body parts.
Today was in China, commissioning money. Certain things, okay, politics, yes. Politics is a dangerous game, it's true, but for the benefit of the country, certain things, it's for the purpose of development. For instance, okay, you do not want to have in nature,
yeah, wanguvusha buluzana. Akainde ichilema araisura ama minds. Wena balenda pama body parts. Era balenda akainde ichilema rebusa.
Atuwapapa karama. That's sure.
No, thank you, Mana. Thank you. Thank you. I like that. That contradiction. That is the politics we have in Zambia. Is pushing developmental agendas. Hello?
Good evening, Mr. Perry.
Good evening.
Okay, thank you so much. I just have a question. I missed at some point where I wanted to find out which judge to handle the matter tomorrow. Is it the first judges who dealt with that case, or this judge who signed on the injunction?
It is the judge that signed on the injunction. It is not the judge. I actually have the judge here, I think I have the judge here. It's not the same judge. It is a new judge. It's a new judge who will be handling the case. It's a before Honorable Francis Subia. He's a different judge.
Okay, thank you.
Hello?
He's a different judge.
Hello?
How are you, Mr. Perry?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Hello, Mr. Perry.
Yes, sir.
And therefore I'm going to contribution na hii. Quite to la mikonga wa Mr. Tayari lo ese mulanda imwe ila panga mana that's why to chitira na follow. So I think that you plan to what this one Mr. Tayari, I think Makebi Zulu is a very big problem.
Yes.
Because if Makebi Zulu today has been removed that you want to tell as a family lawyer because nothing to them politics, I think really actually it can come to a close because.
Hello.
Sorry, that line cut. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Yes, this is your sister from Seattle.
Okay.
I just wanted to say, and also just to say, honestly, and we call ourselves as a Christian mission. Just because
we are now almost 10 months. Pa 5 nish bakumanya 10 months.
Because you can forgive somebody. You cannot just go on keeping the body just because that is justify sure,
yeah. No. Anyway, thank you. It's about power. It's not so much about to say, no, Edgar Lungu, whatever. It's about power. They want to use the body for, to get power. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, please.
Hello, Mr.
Yes.
In the for quick, okay. You already my opinion, and the plan for opinion. Question in the Shabbat. Why did they conduct it postmortem without the family? One.
Okay, so Umfwen, I'm sure you have not been following the program. I have exhausted that point, and not only today, even in my previous broadcast. So I think you are taking us backwards. I've really explained on that one. I've explained. You listen to the listen to the program, please. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Yes. I just wanted to contribute something on the program.
Yes, sir.
Ndakali nalabwekesa twabaife kuno South Africa. Doneli ashitwali likonka bwino sana nokumula tulamule fichitika. So I want to point out something. Abapata abayashva Lungu ni family yabo. Natkwata barabarefayo okuba president ngomwaiche ero twapatano bamusuku abali mu government. Bali abantu twali batetekero kwe bati bantu bamwe abamano abenga advice bamayo. Kwe bati bululu fe wenu uli wonse. Mone batata balungu teba balira ko kutushame iso rest in peace. Benga abantu abatusha. Elo as a family turafano muntu mwamushika wangu nga mwali mute. So regardless of my positions aya mchalo aya but ukushika it's a traditional thing ofo muntu zafira chita ona. So bada abantu ba musukwa na Makebi Zulu aba kuntati. Tabachita advice wino ba mayo kwe bati. Lekenso muntu alale elo efifi ashare fya jealous yakwa echeche fo bamukwatira kumukoshi kuti fyakonkanya pona ngura mwalishi kakale kuti mwakonkanya po kushowinga jealous yenu let me say it, Nangu, nga mwali kwa tapo fimomu mutima, you can still pour it out. Nechalo chichaumfu ati, kwe na mwali kwa tapo fimo against it. Watu wapati ufachile showing afakati, chali wa busy. In position imoya oti yakatase ndechalo, so techaposa mano, let me talk on behalf of him, but.
Hello?
Yes, good evening, Mr. Tayari.
Good evening.
Mr. Tayari, what you're saying is very true. Talib matonse, my issues are, my issues Kulibbe, Mr. Tayari, family yaso, maziwa. Kulibbe wakavindele wanakamba for just a few days ago. Makamba lero tenti solving my issues are put to my pindamu. You don't even know what really they want, maziwa. But you know, for me, I feel like at the end of the day, that shows you that in the old that don't join politics. Because if you join politics, you are going to treat you as a politician and do that for the because my politics is my politics. So the first problem that we have had is for the Lungu family to join politics because they did not understand what politics is, you see. So when they were being treated as politicians, they felt like they are being humiliated, you know. So if anyone is to join politics, please check your health, make sure you're in a good health as you are joining politics so that you don't cry foul play. Because we are going to treat you as a politician. Thank you so much, Mr. Dad.
Before ukalipe kwenda Muntuanga, your point amene wapanga ni kamba ni kuruma nini. When you want to join politics, politics is brutal. Politics is ruthless. Is ruthless. And kulibeti ni ku America ni kuti. Politics kulikonse is ruthless.
What for me, I'm in the United States. You can see my number there. But there is no relationship between Joe Biden and President Trump.
Iwe vamene vimachitika chabe Trump wanapurumuka. By now Trump sembe ali mujere. Yamene inampurumusa ni victory.
You see, the man has been surviving, but the politics in Zambia, people have failed to understand, you know, what is the relationship between politics and the normal life. They have failed to understand because whenever you have joined politics and we are treating you as a politician, you are going to see it as, you know, an enemy. You know, you're going to see it. We are going to be enemies. Instead of you understanding that, no, we are politicians, even Kukenya, these guys, when Raila, when Luto, Raila used to come and demand, people used to close my shops every day. But look at how the man was treated. The man was treated, they understood between the two that we are politicians. Guys, my closing my shop, but still is my brother. You know, people used not to work.
Sure. Hello? Hello? Hello. Yes, please.
Hello, sorry, nimepatia vipi. Ninaona kawe kuna kulioke. Ndefanana kufepa nono naine.
Mkwa.
Hello?
Mkwa.
Point ndela ndako baraba shukuru bansira ataki. Lakini pasande baraba reba ndati. Intambi iwo oli muvemba komye story kwa tentambi. Namba ine kulingana na wabutambiro wa Chibemba lichina mwanga imitundu feyonse Mzambia. Umuntu ilio mwaupana kula boko bati mpaka info ikatulekanye. Ile info yanilekanya ulio muntu wafa abakwatama kapali ulio muntu lupo lwakucha umenga mwaumena ngoni kuchana kashi. Amona. So balala tatabalela ndati fatiri babemba uli mubemba wakwisa. Balungu lupo lwabo lili kwisa lukwete kwa makaba ngalanda cha fatiri fatushike. Amona. Ero ili nombe lili nefe bafa balungu na bankashi abo baishi. Kwa kukonse twafuma kono matafari no wabishire. Tabaishibikwe. So apa cha bakofenga fene mulelanda ni makabale fwaya maka. Fwaya mako kwa tibake teka ero nomba ngabateka nangulu echechi ngafuma kwero bakese shika te lutambi tentambisho ngefile bandi bachalanda lutambi lwako itemwa bitterness na denial mwali ba bitterness denial they've not accepted ya HH bali musulire sana uko chaka bateke efana alanda kufeli
na totera mai na totera. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, yes. Hello? 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 Hello?
Hello, Tani, mulibwanji.
Bueno, Bwanji.
Hello, mulibwanji.
Bueno, Baba.
Hello, bueno. Yeah. First I will contribute. I'm calling from Zambia, back home. In a way, if you come back on Yakuti, wamenasta benefit number one pamalilaya ni Makebi. Number two, they keep changing goalposts. There was but no government sifu na washike ndiye nakama. Pendo wanarudi ngabe ndiye wanasta appeal kwenda ku court. Meaning probably between government na Venesa for na shike nda. 3. Wajabe mbana kutumina mfono hatari. Me, I'm from Eastern Province. Our culture demands that Mundaka Malida within 3 days Malumfanka Mashika. The question is, Uncle Walungu Walikuti, Uncle Wakas Walungu Walikuti, where is the family for this for our family hour Walikuti? Because that family hour is the organism with Sembetuan Vela Sembewakamba. They are nowhere near. The only person who's talking is Makebi. Nanga kumuzi kwa mewa choka. Kulibe kuru kulibe wanze. Thirdly, why are our chiefs quiet? Why they are quiet? The reason is simple. They've realized to say, they don't mean well for this country. That's why all our chiefs are quiet. Not that they don't want to participate, but Mulibe Vanzeru, Bamene Vazatenga, because Kavindele went there. Bakiri Muruz was in South Africa. Other president calls. We say, oh, Savali Benzeru, Anazeru Nimake Bichabi. In as much as they don't like President Akainde, well and good. But for the sake of this country, really, if I were them, I was going to use my lawyer to bargain. To say President Akainde got permanent nala patenti kurukane, we start afresh. But for them, they want to bargain in a wrong way by really that Chitumbi, thinking that this Chitumbi will give them votes, which is very wrong. I only pray that God should see us through. I think this is what I wanted to contribute as well.
Thank you. No, clearly, Makebi Zulu is doing this for his personal intentions. Hello? 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 Yes, please.
Yes, Mr. Tani. Sikuti hapa ni akuti na family mukamba hapa. Ni wanamanga the main issue ni ku Makebi Zulu should be arrested because ndiye many confusion hapa. Sikuti.
Well, I don't think I would say he should be arrested because I don't think he has committed a crime in whatever he's doing. To be fair, because tifunika tankara na chilunga mine. Also just because
issue ankara maningi mu Zambia, then as we want this person to be buried because it was a present.
No, it's true. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Yes. So my question is, according to instinct, do you think ECL died a natural death, or was he poisoned, shot, or what? What do you think yourself?
No, the information that I have, Edgar Lungu died out of a natural situation. Lungu had that sickness yao pachani ati whatever I've forgotten name chaka Anchela something whatever, anyway nchovuta. He was sick and he went to the hospital for an operation. They did an operation and 2 days later he died. This is the information that I had even before it was announced, because remember I was close to Edgar Lungu and the people that were around by Edgar Lungu. So truth be told, from what I know, Lungu died out of a natural death. Unfortunately, vantu venangu vanambo kamba, they started lying kuti Lungu vanatisa poison chan. That's why South African government inange namo iyo at Achillesia, yeah, whatever. Anyway, that's how the South African government inapole angenamo kuchita investigate. But from my perspective, my brother, to be honest, Lungu died out of natural causes.
Okay. I think the way articulated, that's okay. That's good.
Bamene vanaluvyanya ni vamene ava vantu ava. They started alleging vote ta allege. And in a pamene paja pa Facebook, the napo yanakamba iya ivo vimene mwamba siva bwino visieni ivo, but veve they continued. Now manje hapa kwamba nkala ma postmortem vachinja futa tia isina kembepo ati vanamupaya. But and yet wenzo kamba tia uyu muntu sanafe bwino tifunika tite investigate chan. Ziko.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Hello? Hello? You see? They started this thing, and the South African government, they want to make sure that, tomorrow they are not blamed, so they want to confirm this. This is why they are doing this investigation. And they are not going to release the body until they conclude with their investigations. Hello?
Batari Shan.
I'm fine.
Yeah, James here. Batari. In can take a contribute. In can be immaterial one be. It's carried team one be because like you say, like you always say that it's more on a political side.
Yes.
Market wants to leverage the issue because of who? Politics, because he wants to become the president. Banana ma family, banana ma family, ya katika because family ina family ina milango maningi.
Yeah.
You see, ina milango maningi. So banana ma family kulu wamene wawele market that thinking that they can gain back power. Minus knowing that things have changed in Ghana. PF is gone. PF is gone and it will never come back. Yes, true story.
Yeah.
You see, now you imagine in any instead Makebi and the prophet, you best angel, or whether somebody the fire is the wrong. After Kubuka check, what I had. You see, prophet angel, I'm the light will open, I'm in the open, who would want to check that? No, it's me who spoke the way you killed that man. Instead of fighting that is where you can see that it has got nothing to do with the so it has got it's more to do with politics.
Yeah.
You see, it's more to do with the elections. You see, and they have got hope. They think that no, they can perhaps win the elections. When you look on that, like that caller, I love what that caller said. That caller said like, "Baka mbapani mabodi party, muda oyo kuja asta commission mamai." Can you imagine? He's a big machine. He's working. How can he be concerned about the dead body? Honestly speaking, Mr. Tayari? Look at how he suffered with that man. Just some 2 days ago, I was watching on social media how they engulfed his home. You remember that time when PF was in power?
Yeah.
How they entered his home with the police and stuff. The madam said that she passed out about twice. Yes, and they beat up their workers. Can you imagine? But Edgar Lungu was free in that. He was walking freely. And by the time, that moment when he mentioned that he's back into active politics, he has to know that he was not supposed to be treated with the kids club.
No, thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I mean, and they keep saying about what they say about this HH, body parts, rituals. This HH, somebody sent me a text message. HH was a businessman and an influential person, a successful person by 25 years old. 25 years old, he was doing very well. He struggled in politics for so long. Now he's president. He never wanted Mankwala. Now that he's president, Mankwala vamenafuna ni vachani. Konse kwa mena tachokera HH has been doing well. He didn't use Mankwala. He's even president. Now pamena president Mankwala ni achani. It doesn't even make sense. Anyway, I think takambamani ngiapa. We will monitor what will happen tomorrow. We'll monitor what will happen tomorrow, and I think I will go live tomorrow to give you updates of what will happen tomorrow. Let me take this last call. Hello? 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 Okay, I think I'm ending there. Thank you very much, you people, for participating. We'll talk tomorrow after, what will happen in court. Thank you. Good night.